All right, let's solve a mystery that I know drives you crazy because it drives me crazy too. Why does our tech, our perfectly good tech, just randomly fail? Well, the answer isn't what you think. It's not you, and it's probably not the device. It's something invisible, a battle happening all around us. Let's get into it. Now, just so you know, what we're talking about today is part 4 of a 10-part series. It's all based on this incredibly detailed report from the folks at RFI Detectives called An Introduction to Radio Frequency Interference, or RFI, Electromagnetic Interference, or EMI, and Space Weather for non-technical people. We're diving into Chapter 4, which really gets into how this stuff impacts the tech we use every single day. So, you know the feeling, right? You're in the middle of a super important video call. Or you're right at the best part of a movie, and boom, everything just freezes. The connection's just gone. Or how about this one? You're jamming out to your favorite playlist, the vibe is perfect, and suddenly the music starts cutting in and out. It sounds like a scratched CD, even though your phone is literally right next to the speaker. So frustrating. Well, what if I told you that these things are not random at all? They are the collateral damage from a constant, invisible war of signals being fought in the air, right there in your living room, in your kitchen, all over your house. So, let's pull back the curtain on this invisible collision and finally meet the culprit behind so many of our tech headaches. Okay, so the technical term for our little villain here is radio frequency interference, or RFI for short. But let's just break that down. Put simply, it's electronic noise. It's any rogue signal that gets in the way of the signals your devices are trying to get. The report we're drawing from uses this absolutely perfect analogy. Imagine your Wi-Fi router is trying to have a conversation with your laptop, but they're in a super crowded, noisy restaurant. All the other chatter, the clanking dishes, that's the RFI. Your laptop is straining to hear, it's missing words, it's constantly asking the router to repeat itself. And what does that cause? Slowdowns, errors, and buffering. So where is all this noise coming from? You'd be surprised. A lot of it comes from things we use every single day. Take your microwave oven. It operates on almost the exact same frequency as most home Wi-Fi. So when you're heating up leftovers, it's like a giant foghorn blasting right next to your router's conversation. And get this, even some cheap LED light bulbs with poorly designed electronics can just spew out radio noise that messes with everything. Okay, so let's really connect the dots here. Let's look at this invisible cause and link it directly to the very real symptoms we all see on this wireless battleground we call home. Just look at this chart. It lays it all out so clearly. That endless buffering on your Wi-Fi? Yep, that's RFI. Your smart speaker suddenly acting like it can't hear you? RFI. Your car's key fob not working from a distance it totally should? You guessed it, RFI again, just on a different frequency. And notice something interesting? Look how many of these devices are all trying to shout over each other in that same crowded 2.4 gigahertz band. It is a massive signal traffic jam. And it's important to note that not all interference is created equal. You've got your low-level RFI, which is kind of like constant background chatter. It just makes everything work a little harder, slows things down, causes that annoying buffering. But then you have high-level RFI. That's like someone grabbing a megaphone and shouting right into your device's ear. It completely overwhelms the signal, causing total connection drops. Now, if you've been thinking to yourself, man, this seems to be happening way more than it used to, well, you're not crazy. You are absolutely right. Let's take a look at why this invisible battle is only getting more intense. Just look at this number for a second. Over 20. That's the average number of connected wireless devices in an American home right now. Think about that. Every single one of those is talking, listening, and adding to the noise. Each one is both a potential victim of RFI and a potential cause of it. And this chart just shows how insanely fast this has all happened. Look at that jump. Back in 2005, a typical home had maybe a couple of wireless things. We are living in a completely different world now. We have filled our own airwaves with signals, and we've created this chaotic, noisy environment for all our tech. This brings us to a really important idea that engineers call the noise floor. It's basically the level of background electronic noise. So think about it this way. 15 years ago, our homes were like a quiet library where even a whisper, a weak signal, could be heard perfectly clearly. Today, our homes are a rock concert. The noise floor is so high that our devices have to literally shout to be heard over the racket, and the weakest signals, they just get completely drowned out. So the whole point of this explainer isn't just to tell you about some problem. It's to give you a brand new lens, a new framework for understanding the technology that's all around you. So what's the bottom line here? RFI is the invisible ghost in the machine behind so many of your most annoying tech glitches. And yeah, as we keep adding more wireless gadgets, it's only going to get worse. But here's the cool part. Just knowing that an everyday thing like a microwave or a cheap light bulb could be the culprit, that's powerful. It lets you stop asking, why is my tech broken? And start asking, what's interfering with my tech? And really, that's the big takeaway. The next time your Wi-Fi drops or your speaker stutters, you won't just see a random glitch anymore. You'll see a clue. You'll be aware of the invisible battle raging around you. And knowing the battle is happening is always the first step to winning it. So let me ask you, how are you going to look at your own home's invisible battleground now?